Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Arabesque Star. I am a drag queen from Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm so excited for today's video because we are going to be talking about everything that happened on episode 1 of All Stars 11 of RuPaul's Drag Race. When I tell you guys I was doing my homework while watching the show, I was writing down every single thing that happened. My goal is that you can watch my videos and you'll know exactly what happened this season. If you guys enjoy me, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see how I do looks like this all the time, then make sure you guys follow me over on my TikTok and my Instagram, both at Arabesque Star. All right, so we are on season 11 of All Stars. Jesus Christ, we've had a lot of seasons so far. I think this season is going to be great just based on this one episode alone. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's do the math of this because the bracket style can be a little confusing. So we have 18 girls. Those 18 girls are split into 3 groups of 6. Between those groups of 6, they are going to be competing down to groups of 2. And then in those groups of 2, they come together to form one more group of 6. And then that group of 6 will go down to a top 2. And then that top 2 will figure out who wins the season. Girl, explaining it's a lot more difficult than just understanding it. But I figure that's probably the best way that I'm going to be able to describe it. This season specifically, the winner will receive $200,000 as well as a makeup collab with Anastasia Beverly Hills. Baby, Anastasia said, y'all use too much makeup. We're not giving you a lifetime supply anymore. You get one collab and that's it. So each week in the bracket, the girls are going to be competing against each other, doing mini challenges and maxi challenges, and then we'll come down to a top 2 of each episode. Those top 2 each receive 2 points, and the winner of the lip sync between the 2 of them receives 1 extra point. Each of the winners is also given a point that they are allowed to give to whoever they would like, but they cannot give it to themselves. So needless to say, it just calls for drama, right? It's like, I wanted your point. I gave you my point last week. Why didn't you give me your point this week? I thought we were going to be doing this together. Why'd you just give your point to that girl? You know, it's going to be a lot. And there are going to be no eliminations. So these 6 girls you see, you are going to see those same 6 girls for 3 episodes. Then you'll see the next 6 girls for 3 episodes. There's no eliminations until we get to the final, like, official bracket at the end. So let's go ahead and get into our first episode. We are starting with the orange bracket. Obviously, that's why we went for this whole orange theme. You know, I think about things like that. We are going to start with their entrance looks. First, we have Morphine Love Dion from season 16. She comes in this gorgeous ladybug look that is so stunning. Her face is beat, mama. Okay, when I tell you she has the makeup on, these red contacts I also think are so beautiful. I don't know if it's just because of like how big the contact is, but something about it, I don't know. I just think she looks fantastic. Next to walk onto the runway, we have Lucky Stars from season 17, and she comes in this yellow star look. A lot of the girls like to do stars for All Stars. I love the like play on words, like literalness of it. I like this look a lot. I like this look so much more than her promo look. I think her makeup is beautiful in this look. One thing that I did notice, when she turns around to walk down the runway, you can see the back of her neck is not painted, which, like, sure, we're picking out details, but also you're on All Stars and you knew that was going to be on TV. So either paint the back of your neck or put something to cover it. I just, like, everything on the look was so thought out, except for the shoe and except for the back of the neck. The shoes, she's wearing this white pleaser boot that, like, yikes. We couldn't have at least done a yellow boot? Like, why the white boot, you know? And once again, she's got these stars around the waist, these, like, points of the star around her waist. I don't love that, just because, like, she has such great shape when it's in drag, so I don't know why we're covering up her waist. But, I mean, I get it. She's doing this whole, like, spiky thing, so whatever. It's just not my thing. Next, to walk down the runway, we have Mystique Summers, formerly known as Mystique Summers Madison from season 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race, baby, long time ago, okay? And she comes in this just like traditional staple pageant gown. It's gorgeous, not much you can note on it. What I can note, this hair is thin. Mama, this hair is thin. She's walking down the runway and kind of like you can see I have here, but that's just because I'm a girl in my basement. I'm not on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, you know? But you can see right through her hair. And it's a little, it looks a little rough. I've also told you guys I don't like these ear cuffs. I think they look like a fish, but that's just me. But I think she looks great. Her makeup is great. I like the hairstyle. It's just really, really thin. Next to the stage comes Morgan McMichaels from season 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race, as well as All Stars 3. So this is her 3rd time coming to compete, and baby, she's definitely shown up the best out of all 3 times this time. She comes in this gorgeous 80s like power suit moment with this color blocking top, this beautiful short hair, and baby, these hula hoop pants that I think are so much fun and just add something different other than like a basic look of just like black pants, you know? I also noticed that, you know, Morgan used to do so much more eyeliner on her eyes, and I think as she got older, she's done less, and I think it really has like softened her face. I think too much eyeliner or too much black can kind of like sink in your eyes even more, and I think as she gets older, this less is more kind of vibe, I think it looks fabulous on her. Then after Morgan, we have Dawn comes in from season 16 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and she comes in this really pretty kind of like weird elf pink fantasy. She's got these pink peacock feathers everywhere, which I love a peacock feather because they're thin feathers, but they give so much bounce and movement when she walks. So I think that's really, really fun. It is a theater superstition to not wear peacocks on stage, so hopefully that doesn't come to bite her in the butt. I will never wear peacock feathers on stage, personally, just because that's a superstition. But I mean, based on the rest of the episode, obviously she's doing well. And then last but not least, in the orange bracket, we have Akira Chanel Davenport from season 11 of RuPaul's Drag Race, as well as All Stars 6. So this is also her 3rd time. So maybe 3rd time's the charm. I don't know. But what is the charm? This look. She comes in this beautiful white, fully pearled and stoned gown that is so beautiful. The bottom has these rings of like white pampas grass. We see more white pampas grass later in the episode, and I think Michelle even makes a comment saying like Michaels is sold out of pampas grass. Clearly these 2 girls bought the last of the bulk. But I think Akira looks so beautiful. This is the dress I want to wear on my wedding day, okay? That dress is stunning. And this hair is so clean with it. I love Akira so much. So then all the girls are standing on the main stage, and that's when RuPaul tells them all the rules, blah, 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 blah. And this is where we find out that the maxi challenge for this week is breakdance to the Electric Rugaloo, which is kind of why I'm in my little like 90s vibe, my little hip hop vibe. You know. Just a little, 1, 2. Just a little, 1, 2. Yeah. Don't know what's happening. The challenge for this week is for each girl to write a verse, and they all have to come up with choreography to perform this number in front of the judges. So then RuPaul tells them, all right, go away. I don't want to see you anymore. And they go back into the workroom, and this is where we start to de-drag for the first time of the season. And as they're de-dragging, all the girls are talking to each other, and Morgan and Mystique come together, and apparently they're friends now. They've made up a long time ago after their fight and their arguments on season 2, and I guess everything's good now. So no drama there, which I'm a little sad about because I kind of want to see them argue, but that's just for like personal preference. I don't want them to argue as like real people, but you know, you get it. So apparently Lucky and Morphine have known each other from before because they're both from Miami. And so they decide to talk to each other, and they're like, okay, we're going to be in a Miami alliance. Sure, why not? I don't know. It feels a little weird to me. Based off knowing Morphine's personality from online and what I know of Lucky, I don't see them really being like kikiri kaka and like alliance-y. I don't know. It felt weird to me. So then Akira and Morgan start talking to each other, and Akira and Morgan are saying that they're going to be in an alliance together. Sure, why not? They're friends. Apparently Akira, when she goes to perform, she stays in Morgan's house. So like, I get it. They're friends, make an alliance. Cool. The shady part, Morphine goes over to her season 16 sister, Dawn, and she's like, let's be in an alliance together. Morphine's already in an alliance with Lucky, and she tells Dawn that she is already in an alliance with her. And the problem is with this season, they can't be in an alliance of 3 because there's only 2 winners. But they say, why don't we just be in an alliance of 3 anyways? And then we'll just chop Lucky if it comes down to the 3 of us. So shady. I love it. Ah! That is good TV. What do you mean you're literally just going to lie to her and be like, yeah, Miami's got your bag? And then you go to your friend and all of a sudden you're like, well, we'll just chop her, right? And Morphine makes comments kind of this entire episode about like, girl, who cares about Lucky? She's not gonna blah, 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 blah. Like, girl, we're gonna chop her. That is crazy to me, but also such good TV. So I love it. Morphine Dion for Traitors season 86. Like, please. I don't even watch that show. So it's the next day and all the girls start writing their lyrics, going over what they think they should talk about in their rap, blah, 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 blah. You know, the traditional thing. And then Lucky starts telling Akira that she's planning on doing this like space girl from the 80s kind of vibe for her look or whatever. And Akira literally looks in the camera during her confessional and goes, I don't know what she's talking about. And I think that's so funny because Akira is sitting here with this girl like nodding and being like, yeah, that'll be cute. And then in her confessional, it's just like, what? Morphine and Dawn are paired together. This is where they start talking about, you know, shading Lucky and blah, 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 blah. And then they start talking about who would put the, come on, Mama Ru, give me the crown into their verse. And they both say Morgan, which is so funny to me because literally when they were like, who would say it? I immediately thought Morgan as well. Then it cuts over to Morgan and she is actually struggling so bad with her lyrics because on her last season of All Stars 3, when she had a girl group challenge, she did not do the best and her lyrics were a little Mother Goosey is the best way I could say it. It gets very like, I am Morgan and da da da. You know, like it's just like, it wasn't the vibe. So she's struggling, at least in the workroom, and so I'm a little nervous for her at this point in the episode. So then we cut over to RuPaul walks into the room and does her little walk around, talking to all the girls about, you know, welcome back to the show, what are you planning on doing for the season, blah, 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 blah. You know, the usuals. So first up, Ru talks to Morgan McMichaels and he tells her how much he loved her hair and her entrance look. And then RuPaul is low-key kind of shady. Because RuPaul says, you know, I see girls like you, and I'm like, she's so great at the clubs, but then something gets here and they just don't match up. Which was basically Ru saying, you have been horrible at this show. You're great outside of the show, but here, you suck. I'd be kind of hurt if Ru told me that I suck at Drag Race. But the good news is I would never suck at Drag Race, so he wouldn't have to tell me that. Then we go over and Ru talks to Morphine Love Dion. And they get a really serious moment where Morphine talks about her car accident that she was in. She apparently lost all her teeth. She broke her jaw and broke her clavicle. All in this car accident when she was leaving DragCon one day. That is insane. And the fact that she's still here, like, think whatever God you believe in. Because that is a horrible, horrible injury. And I am so sorry to her. And then Ru is like, wait. Didn't I just see you in Las Vegas Live and you were out here doing splits and flips and kicks and like dancing the house down? And Morphine was like, you would too for a check. And I kind of love that because I know I would be the same way. You know, going through something that traumatic, you think that your entire career is over. And for her to come back and be even stronger than she was before, I think is so amazing. So like, power to her. Then Ru goes over to Akira Chanel Davenport and they start talking about the fact that on All Stars 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race, there was a moment that Akira could have come back into the competition and she turned it down. So Ru was honestly surprised that Akira said yes to coming back to the season. Talk about where she was mentally when she decided that she didn't want to come back to the competition and how she needed to go focus on herself, which like I totally get. Sometimes you just need to take a break to be able to like get yourself back together. And then Akira joins the small group of girls that RuPaul has told you were born to do drag. Akira truly was born to do drag. She is so good at drag. She makes everything that she wears, like she performs like a beast. She is so talented, so like she should join that group. Then RuPaul goes over to Lucky Stars and they pretty much just talk about how much she sucked on her original season and how she thinks that she's going to be better this season because she really had an inner saboteur the first season. You know, it just wasn't for her and that she had so much better to do and, you know, all that stuff. I don't know. They kind of cut her short compared to everybody else's, but So then RuPaul goes over to Mystique Summers and they kind of talk about that fight was Morgan jumping in everyone's business like she always does. And baby Morgan's face was cracked when Mystique said that. Up until this point, it seemed like they were fine and everything had buried the hatchet. But then Mystique kind of threw this little light bit of shade and Morgan was like, I know she didn't just say that. But okay. I see you. I see you and I'll remember that. Then finally, RuPaul goes over to Dawn. They don't really talk about anything. Like nothing I literally just wrote down, meh. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. They just didn't talk about anything. So we're going to move on to the next day. So then the next day, they all have to go onto the main stage and work on the choreography for the number. Now, baby, this scene would have stressed me out for so many reasons. Morgan McMichaels asked, okay, who is the best dancer? Who should be our choreographer? And immediately Akira's like, not me. I'm going to the back. Y'all have fun. Which, like, know your strength. But literally everyone stares at Morgan like they didn't hear the question because nobody wants to be the choreographer. And honestly, I wouldn't even want to be the choreographer. Am I a professional choreographer and am I a dancer? Yes. Would I want to choreograph on the show? Probably not. If I got on the show, I would not tell the girls that I knew how to dance. If everything goes wrong or if y'all look horrible, I don't want to be the one in charge for that. And Morphine feels the same way because Morphine's looking around the room and she sees who she has. She literally says they have 2 old people, Dawn who has 2 left feet, and Akira who's kind of like already seems kind of over this, to be honest. So like I wouldn't want to choreograph either, so I get it. But they make Morphine choreograph. So she starts choreographing and she's literally doing like pas de bourrée. And she's like, all right, so what do y'all think? Because she's giving the girls easy choreography because we have all different skill levels. And Morgan says, I think this is too simple. I think we could do something harder. Which, like, fair enough, you probably could, but also like, I don't know, you've got girls who don't know how to dance in this group. It's hard. So then Morgan does this weird, like, okay, each person improv to the song, and then we'll take little bits and pieces from each person's thing and put that into the choreography. Which, like, I get she's trying to be like, okay, well, let's see what you can do and let's use that. I get that, but I also think this is kind of just a waste of time. I think just tell the girls what to do and call it a day. So Morphine does it, Morgan does it, and Lucky Stars do it. And then baby, Akira, Dawn, and Mystique said, no, I'm not doing that. This is stupid. And then low-key, Morgan throws kind of a little hissy fit. This is crazy. Like, okay, fine. Just do whatever you want. I don't care. Blah, 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 blah. And she gets kind of angry, which, like, I get. It's supposed to be a group effort. But some of the girls are being like, well, you decided that you want us to do it this way. We literally told Morphine to choreograph it, and then you told her no. So, like, what's going on? I get it. If I was Morphine, maybe I would have just stepped back and been like, please go ahead. You do it. Side note, if Dawn is supposed to be this horrible dancer, I don't know why she wore like an 8-inch pleaser to dance in. If you know that you can't dance, maybe let's not wear that shoe. I don't know. Just me thing. But like, why? So then Morphine tries to make the choreography a little bit harder and go a little bit faster. And baby, who gets confused? Morgan. Didn't you just tell me that you wanted the choreography to be harder? Didn't you just tell me it was too simple? And now you're mad that you can't get the choreography? Girl, I would have given up right then and there and just said, okay, everybody improv. We're gonna do a little step touch and call it a day. Because what do you mean? No, we're not doing that. I would have been upset. But then it cuts to like literally everybody struggling. Akira struggling, Dawn struggling, Mystique struggling. It's Morphine doing great and everybody else is behind her. At least what it looks like from the way that it's edited. So then we cut to the next day in the workroom. Everybody's starting to get ready and all the girls are talking, and girl, then it gets even shadier. Dawn goes over to Lucky and starts talking about, should we have an alliance? So now, let's do the math. Lucky and Morphine have an alliance. Morphine and Dawn have an alliance. Dawn and Lucky have an alliance. Each person has an alliance with somebody else and they don't know that the other person has an alliance, and that is so stressful to me because that's going to cause a fight and I'm so excited for it. And pretty much that was all that was interesting. So we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the main stage. So Rupaul comes out in this gorgeous pink dress. I love the dress. I like the hair. I don't like the headband. I don't like the boot, for me personally. But the dress and the hair, beautiful. The mug, gorgeous. She is in these creepy contacts, which don't get me wrong. I've been there. I've used the gray, white, blue contacts, whatever. But like, Rue looks a little White Walker-y, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's a little creepy, but hey, she's RuPaul. She's got all the money, not me. Baby, we go over to the judges panel. Michelle Visage looks stunning. This giant curly hair, I am so obsessed with. I think it's so beautiful. I wish she would do hair like this more often. We have La Roche, who always looks as amazing as always. And then our special guest judge of the week, we have LaToya Jackson. I'm sorry, LaToya? But she honestly is such a fun judge this episode, and she just seems so happy to be there, so like, whatever. All right, so then we go into the maxi challenge of the song, and low-key the song is like really a bop. I've got a big box and it like to go boom is so sickening of a line. I love that, especially with this whole like 90s kind of like breakdance hip hop vibe. Boombox, get it? First up, we have Akira Chanel Davenport.
You wanna step to this, but do you know just how to handle? The queen is always right. Take the trophies on my mantle. Sleeping on me, but I'm the girl of your dreams. I got it all, that's why they call me queen. From MBQ to the Hall of Fame, I'm the body, I'm the face, girl, you know my name. Running rings around your girl, supersonic, your face says pretty set, glass like you without trace. I'm a motherfucking legend and the crown's mine too. When I twerk, it's a blessing, I'm just telling my truth. Mama Ruth, let me show you what the body can do. Stepping on next in my high heel shoes.
Her look is so sickening to me. This hair is so gorgeous on her. She looks like she is straight out of like a TLC or like a Salt and Pepper. Like, oh, she looks so good. Her verse, stunning. The lyrics, sickening. She's the first girl up, so I do feel bad for her for that, because unfortunately, since you're the first girl, no one's ready for it to be a verse, and you kind of get forgotten about by the time we get to the end. So I do feel sorry for her for that, but girl, she did sickening. Next girl up is Lucky Stars.
Twinkle, twinkle, I'm your lucky star. 3 Z's on my name, cause 3rd time's the charm. Stepped on me once, now I'ma shake it up. Shoot my cool lemonade and you'll hot pick a cup. Totally rich and heavy and so sickening. Not your average star, I don't twinkle, bitch, I glisten. Ow, give it up, ho. I'm non-stop, bouncing up off the walls, yo. Ow, I'm a star, ho. Speed it up, slow it down, watch me go, bro. Bubblegum, in a dish. Who's the next girl out? Not me, you wish.
Ugh. She enters in this like sliding split, and it's literally like halfway off the ground, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves. If you can't go all the way to the ground, please stop trying to do a split. If your legs are not both perfectly straight in a 180-degree angle, do not do a split, please. Her makeup looks pretty. She had this whole moment in the workroom where like she said she was gonna go for this like space thing, but she forgot that the runway was gonna have to happen, and she has to be in like normal skin tone for that. So she was like, fine, I'll just do normal skin tone. And I think it looks fine. I mean, it's not her usual style, but I think for it not being her usual style, she looks great. Next, we have Morgan McMichaels.
Ooh, I'm the queen of this bracket. Makeup mackin', nails click clacking. Ooh, I got these bitches gagging. Good gagging, face cracking. Sharp tongue and a bite like a viper. 6 bars and I'm killing this cipher. I'm a bitch, no diaper. To the rack, I'm Pied Piper. Full body like a bottle of scotch. Make Michael so top notch. No stunts, no splits, no dips, just fire. Queen of the scene can't get no higher.
And she enters doing a cartwheel off of a box. This girl is 44 years old, doing a cartwheel off a box. Girl, sure. It's better than her All Stars 3 verse, I will say that. It is much better than that. But it still kind of has this like, dot, 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 dot. Like it feels very like, I plunked out the rhythm on the piano and you just had to like add in the syllables. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense in my head. Then we go into Morphine Love Dion's verse.
Let's go. Step up to the battle with my boom boom pow. Rugaloo Barbie got that BBL bounce. Face so beat, all the dogs clocked out. Root link twice if you're feeling down. Miami baddie with a nigga that was spice. You wanna lick, gotta pay my price. My hips talk dirty, but my face plays nice. He said, I'm straight. I said, not tonight. Clip, body, and you know it don't quit. Turning the party so it's gonna be lit. La princesa de Miami, cause you know I'm the
Her verse is sickening. I love it. The outfit, I think, is cute. I don't know. Michelle kind of had a lot of problems with it. I didn't think it was that bad. I think she just didn't like the color scheme because it was this red, blue, yellow. She kept saying it was Snow White in the hood. But her verse, stunning. The way she moves and performs, she ate it down. And there's a reason that she won the Lip Sync Lollapalooza, okay? Morphine is a performer through and through. She just is. And then last but not least, well, we have Mystique Summers, and
still the same like a fly girl queen. Tracksuit tight, skin growing clean. Drop that weight, now I levitate. Blowing like a disco ball, ain't that great? Exfoliate the shade, moisturize the hate. Living my truth, baby, feeling first rate. I glow in the dark, I sparkle when I shake. This ain't store bought, it's a slay I make. Slim down, glowed up. This queen's ready for a close up. Mystique, what's gather? I'm a slay.
I hated her verse. I hated her verse. It was so bad. It gave what Morgan thought she was going to give. In the sense of like, it gave Mother Goose. It gave nursery rhyme. It was not cute. It was basic words. There was nothing interesting. The flow was not cute. The outfit was something that you could buy from the mall. It was just a sequin little like tracksuit. with like the blonde braids. I liked the braids, but they kept getting in her face. So then that was a problem. I just, I want so much more from her. And I feel like she could give it, but I'm just not getting it from her yet. I'm still going to hold out hope because there's 2 more episodes. But like, girl, please give me something. I want to root for you. I really do. So that's the whole maxi challenge. Wrong. Girl, I don't know how you forgot, but definitely didn't put Dawn whenever I was recording the video.
Rise and shine, it's the crack of dawn. I'm running this like a marathon. That's P to the A to the W-N. I'm such a cutie, can I be your best friend? Breaking it down, I'm outside the box. So fresh, so fly, so unorthodox. My looks couture, your looks a bore. You're never gonna win, sweetie, there's the door. Got body by body, but you know I'm not stressed. Still a naughty, thotty, hottie, you're a doodoo clown mess. Baby, I am kicked up, make your boyfriend break up. Telling all my haters it's a shame about your makeup.
I thought Dawn was fabulous. I loved her verse. A lot of people were saying they didn't really like her outfit. I'm obsessed with this look. I think it is so cute. I think it's definitely still Dawn while doing the challenge and doing that kind of like hip hop flair to it. I thought her verse was so cute. I just really enjoyed her for this episode. I don't know. I think I'm a Dawn stan. Ah! I never thought I would say that genuinely, but like, I kind of live for her. I don't know, but sue me. My top 2 from the Maxi Challenge would have been Akiria and Dawn. I think would have been my top 2. So then they move over to the runway, and the runway theme this week is Latoya's Are Us, which when I heard that theme, I was like, oh, this is going to be so cute. It's just like they're using Latoya's name because she's here, but then it's going to be like cute outfits made out of toys, or the theme is toys. No, the theme was Latoya. Ugh. I think the celebrity recreation runways, I'm just like, so, like, I just don't care, you know? But let's go ahead and talk about them. So first out, we have Akiria Chanel Davenport, and baby, this hair is huge. I'm in love with this hair. The dress is also really cute. I get why she went this length because originally Latoya wore this kind of length. But I think with how dramatic it was and the fact that it's a drag queen, I just think like maybe we probably should have gone all the way to the floor, or it should have looked a little bit more intentional for the length. I don't know. But like, I love this big bow on the front. I love that she used this like super thick sequin fabric for it. The structure of the gown is beautiful. I just think the length was kind of hurt the shoe. Then next to the runway, we have Dawn, and she does this orange showgirl moment. Oh my God. What? Y'all, I think Dawn has my favorite looks of the season, and we're only on episode 1. Oh, it is so beautiful. It is, this shade of orange is so specific because it's not neon and it's not traffic. It's just like such specific shade of orange that is so beautiful, especially on her. In her cowl, she has her elf ears built into it, which I also think is so cute because this time around she said, you know what, Michelle? I know you didn't like my elf ears the first time I was on this show, but guess what? I don't care. I'm the elf, so I'm gonna have my elf ears, and I love that. Her body, always. Her body is always stunning, okay? I'm not ever worried about her body. Next to the stage, we have Lucky Stars, and y'all, I don't want y'all to think that I don't like Lucky Stars, because I feel like I could like her, but like then she comes out like this, and it's just, ugh. What? She's missing like the biggest detail, and Latoya said something about it. She's missing the foxtails, and that's literally the first thing I wrote down. Because like Latoya's look, like it's very accurate to Latoya's look without the foxtails, but the foxtails are the most interesting part of the whole outfit, so why would you cut that? I don't know. I want to like her. I want to like her. I really do. Next, we have Morgan McMichaels, and I love this bodysuit. I love the jacket. I love the hat. I don't like these chicken feathers behind her. And they might not even be chicken feathers. They might be turkey feathers. But I don't know. They just read cheap to me compared to the original. Now, I love this look. I do. I think she looks like Cher. If I could turn back time. Like, if Morgan wore that look for a Cher number, I would not be surprised. Baby, then Morphine Love Dion comes on stage. Oh my God. This gold heavy like bead work that's all over this costume, she looks so good. seeing this version of her and then thinking back to like that purple business suit she wore on her original season, this is such an upgrade. This girl is stunning. I love her drag so much, and like from head to toe is something that I would wear. So I think she looks so good. Then we have Mystique Summers Madison, and she comes out in this look that I believe was originally blue, but she did it in purple. But then her boa was like a blue purple, and not the same purple as her look. And then she wore, God, she did it in her promo too. These ugly black patterned tight stocking fishnet, whatever you want to call them, and this ugly black shoe, which just like makes her look so squatty and like, oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. The look for me was fine. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been the look that I would have chosen, just because I think even on LaToya the look was a little simple, but like these tights and this shoe, ugh, it was a chop immediately. And that was it for the runways. If I had to pick my favorite top 2 runways, it would definitely be Dawn and Morphine. They had the best 2 looks of the night to me. Out of those 2, I probably would give it to Dawn. She just looked so good. But Morphine's is the one that I would prefer to wear, so I don't know. So then the judges do their critiques and, you know, say the things that they want to say. Nothing really like groundbreaking. So then the girls come back, and I love All Stars because they let the girls change their clothes to be able to do the lip sync, which I think they need to do in the normal seasons. We've seen too many times girls losing lip syncs because of the look that they're wearing. So then we find out that Dawn and Morgan McMichaels are the top 2 of the week. So they are going to be lip syncing against each other. So each of them receive 2 points added to their bracket score, as well as the chance to lip sync against each other to see who will get the extra point. And they lip sync to Such a Wicked Love by LaToya Jackson, which I actually love this song so much. So the song starts and Morgan goes off immediately. Morgan is walking around, pumping the runway, giving you a little choreo moments and stuff. It's so sickening. She's giving all the high energy. And Dawn's kind of standing there. Dawn is standing there and she's got her hands behind her back, talking about like reveals and stuff. But like we can see the feathers moving, while Morgan is just circling her like a shark, ready to attack. And then finally Dawn does her reveal, and it's her hands come out and there's pheasant feathers on each finger. So they give this like cool movement, which is great. And I think it works, but also like we just watched you stand there for 30 seconds just for you to reveal what we could already see. I love that both of the girls are in red. They just so happen to be the only 2 girls wearing red, and they were both in the top 2. So like it looks cute for them to lip sync together. But once Dawn takes off these gloves and starts like performing the song, thank God, Dawn goes for this more like sexy route, which is probably what I would have done just because that's what the song lends itself to more. Whereas Morgan is giving like high energy, walking around, giving you choreo moments. Anyways, so the song is over and we find out that Morgan McMichaels wins. So Morgan now has 3 points and Dawn has 2. And both girls will have the chance next week to give away 1 point each to whoever they would like. Now, if you remember, Morgan is in an alliance with Akira, so that's who she should be giving her star to. And Dawn is in a secret alliance with Lucky, but also is in an alliance with Morgan. So somebody's about to be upset, and I can't wait to see how this turns out. But that is it. That is the end of the episode. Let's just say, I think this is going to be a great season. The girls are already starting the drama. The girls are already like being shady towards each other and like giving me exactly what I want from Drag Race. I'm hoping we get a fight or 2 coming up. It doesn't have to be in this bracket, but we have 2 more brackets to get through to get a little fight out of somebody. So hopefully we get that. I actually have really enjoyed this episode and I'm excited to review the second episode. If you guys enjoyed today's video, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, make sure you follow me over on TikTok and Instagram, both at ArabesqueStar. And I will hopefully see you guys next week for another review, as well as another video coming out this week. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm sure it'll be sickening. Because duh, why would it not be? Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had so much fun telling you guys everything. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below of which look was your favorite on the runway and who do you think had the best verse. All right, guys, I guess I will see you guys next week. So till next time, mwah, bye.